How's it going, everybody? We're here in the world of Destiny. Now, what I'm doing tonight, I've been saying that I want to do it for months. Ever since Shadowkeep came out, ever since I've done this in this dungeon, the very first time, I immediately said, yo, I'd like to actually try and solo flawless this. Bungie's gone ahead and made it to where this is the one dungeon that everybody wants to solo flawless. Because to my knowledge, and I could be wrong here, so please comments if I'm wrong, but the flawless for this gives you an emblem and a triumph. So I'm just gonna go, hopefully I remember where it is. I probably don't. But I do not believe Shattered Throne has an emblem. If it does, well, oh, actually, let me check here. Nope, Nightmare Hunts, that's all moon-based. But no. Number of solo flawless completions for the dungeon Pit of Heresy. Now, I've only seen a slight handful of people with this emblem. If I was to get it, I'd be rocking this emblem any chance I could until there's another emblem that shows, hey, I decided to be a badass. This is a bitch and a half. I'm not even gonna lie. And sadly, this isn't the day one emblem. Oh wait, no, this is the heroic menagerie bullshit. Where is... Ah, there you are. This isn't the one you got for day one. I tried my hardest to get it. Couldn't get it. I was close. We were close by about an hour and a half before reset. We pulled an all-nighter. We started at reset the day before. We tried, and we failed. Because the Deception was already a hard enough boss encounter. And then we had the actual boss to deal with afterwards. And it was at that point of where we were already underneath the conquest, or whatever that modifier for the raid is. I can't remember the exact name. We were already lower by 10%. And a lot of people are like, oh, but the contest modifier already caps it at like 5 to 10 lower than what it is. So it actually takes skill and teamwork. Well, if you're still below that, you're still screwed. So we tried there, didn't work. Garden of Salvation. I've only done it full clear once, because it's not really that fun of a raid for me. I'm not a fan. So we're here trying to get this one. And I'm gonna just give myself approximately an hour and 10 minutes. Most of the time people do this, it takes them about 50 minutes. Sometimes even longer. Like, they practice this, they run it like 50 times. I just need any and all help I can get. And it's not like, you know, go in here and just have somebody teleport you to the boss or whatever. You actually have to do all parts, everything from start to finish, solo, without dying. So, I've been doing, like, the Nightfall Ordeal. You know, how you can matchmake up to second difficulty with that. I was doing Nightfall Ordeal with some players, and I saw one of them had the emblem, and I was like, hey man, congratulations, you got a really big accomplishment there. He's like, hey man, thanks, I'm glad some people, like, can actually see that, and instead of, like, begging me to do it for them or logging on their account or something, they're just happy that I was able to do it myself. So, like, I wouldn't ask somebody to get my account, I'd rather do it myself, per se, because it's already a hard enough thing to do. Because, again, you got the starting challenge, which this should be considered the easiest thing in the entire dungeon, but really it isn't. Like, something that happened was they made ogres in this game a living hell. And for any of you who don't know Destiny, right now this raid is focused around the Hive. The Hive are your typical undead, zombie-esque creatures, if you will. But at the same time, they're also very easy to kill. And with that all said, something that happens in this... Oh, Christ, I fucked that up horribly. Something in this game basically just enjoys suffering, and the Hive are no exception to the phrase suffering. Also, we're trying out the Devour Warlock build. That's what that guy actually told me to use. He's like, dude, just use Devour Warlock. It's probably your best bet for completing the Pit Heresy on solo, because, you know, Warlock's already overpowered as is. Like, don't bother using the Titan. Don't bother doing this other thing. Oh, shit, come on, reload. Kill it. We're using Never Sin, which, if you guys see that little counter there in the side of the map, it says Devour. Every time I get the random idea, I will devour one of my grenades, and whilst my grenades are being devoured, I gain health regen on void kills. So I'm rocking the Recluse again. Why? Because it's a very good SMG. Void damage, great for ad clear. Step away from there. Now, something about that first boss I killed, that's the easiest boss ever. Just a Shrieker, you reflect the shots, simple and done. Next up, it's all randomized, so I can't just say, oh yeah, I'll do the first two and then I'll do the Shrieker last. You go to these towers, you remember those symbols from earlier. We had, if I can actually glare up at it, which I can't, it looks like a giant H. We had this weird symbol here that people have been calling the pizza slice, and we also have, way over there in the distance, that little collection of lines. You can just vaguely see it. Maybe if you squint at it, you can actually see there's 5 lines in total, 2 short ones on the top, bottom, and a long one in the middle. I just call that equal sign. You know, we all come up with names for this shit. You know, retarded Pokeball over there. I'm sure you guys heard me do that on my last Titan run. So, what's going to happen next is, I have 43 shots in this sword. I could be ballsy and run with that. So, we're at our next location. We're at this one. I would say that static sound that we're hearing is like a giveaway as to what the boss is. It's not. It's just miscellaneous static from the symbol itself. Now, I'm also keeping an eye down low, just in case, because sometimes the game likes to troll players by spawning in giant sword bearer knights, which is where we get these swords, and ogres. Ogres are not my favorite, especially in this dungeon, for 2 reasons. One, they're accurate as hell, and they hurt. So of course, I'm going to sit here and go, yeah, I fucking hate ogres to save my life. I will never enjoy fighting ogres unless I physically have to. Also, that's another thing. If you hold on to a sword, or if you let the sword sit away, it's going to diminish its own ammo as it sits. So, if you ever just leave the sword there and you're like, oh, I wonder how long I have until it disappears. The basic sword starts out with around 84 ammo, 84 seconds. Oh man, the fucking Mantis SMG right there on my gauntlets or something. So, all I'm doing right here is I'm going to figure out what the boss is in the second room here. I'm going to go find another sword, because, you know, you actually have to replace the sword quite a bit. So I don't even know why I give a shit about that sword. I'm just going to clear the ads, I'm going to see what the next boss is, and we're going to go from there. Dark room, we got Hive, it's the night. So I'm definitely going to need a full charge sword for that one. And that's not me BSing or anything, that's me being honest. I need a full charge sword just to finish this guy off. What I could do is I could just wait until the sword's super ability is charged up and just use that, which I don't recommend. I really don't. It's slow. You know, you don't want to be in here all day. Yeah, there's no time limit, but you really just want to get all this out of the way, because, oh, there's one of those things I hate now. And we have a sword knight beyond it. We might have one in there. No, that's the mid tower. That's our exit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fall down. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and clear. We're just going to go ahead and kill the ogre. We don't want to fight with him because he will drain our health. One thing I've realized is even when you finish this encounter, you move on out to the second one, you're just moving through. The number one thing that's going to happen... Okay, that was a dumb mistake by throwing a grenade like that. I'm not worried wasting my sniper shots on these low tiers. I really could care less. But the biggest mistake I've ever come across is thinking, oh yeah, I'm at the very end, I'll just kill a few ads and I'll live. That's not the case. The always ever-changing case, at least in this particular spot, is, do I have enough strength and everything to go through it all? Did I kill him? Yes, it did. So, again, I'm going to be playing the safe route as best I can through this first part. Second part is going to be even worse. There is a supposed glitch in the game right now where you can, what is it? You can just kind of like duplicate the object you're supposed to use. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, this is one of those, like, fights that you really want to be careful with. He can kill you pretty easily. You do diminish sword ammo as you fight. So you really want to, like, what everyone says is to use the block between attacks. Like, try to get 2 swings in, block. If he does the upper hand swing, like, really want to be careful with. I'm not worried so much about the knight as much as I was the first time I did this. I'm not worried about the knight. Not one bit. My true worry for this entire encounter is the wizard. Now, I could be an asshole and I could just use the 29 sword ammo, which probably would get me halfway across. Warlocks have this ability, and I don't have it on this super right now. It's on the Dawnblade super, but I do believe it is fucking Icarus Dash, wherever it is. Yeah, Icarus Dash, where you just tap R3 twice, and that pushes you forward. So what most Warlocks in Destiny 2, as of right now, are doing is they're putting on any random sword. I don't use those. I don't carry them. They swipe the sword and then they use Icarus Dash, and they just go flying. If I had that, I could use half the sword ammo, get over there, and have half to just decimate whatever ads are over there. However, as I just saw on my screen, I can already see an ogre on that bridge. Now, the last time I did something like this, Yep, there's the chunky boy now. The last time I did, or tried to do a solo flawless on this, I got to about halfway. We finished this encounter where we were like here, we were just waiting to finish it off, and we had to go down to the middle and clear out the circular area of ads. And that's not really bad. That's actually a good thing. Like, clear off the ads and move on. Now, the reason I'm using the Revoker, it's a PvP sniper. You get it from the, I can't remember the exact quest for the Crucible line, but it's just really long, really grindy. You're basically going to want to farm sniper kills as best you can, so I hope that you have a decent primary sniper. Otherwise, it is a very long, very tedious quest, getting, I'd like to say, 150 headshots and 150 headshots, which one-shot kill Guardians, not that hard. But you also have the other doubtful benefits of it, if you will, which is 300 sniper final blows, which is 300 kills in general. Kills don't stack up to the ammunition you have for the gun. So if you're thinking, oh, if I have 300 sniper rounds and I'm just a really damn good shot, I'll make all those count, it'll work. That's not how it works, unfortunately. Also, snipers have a particular range in which they stop working, or if you're aiming headshots, it takes a little bit, like, it takes a bit more precision. I think there's a slight drop mechanic. We're just going to go ahead and clear out that ogre. We're just going to drop him and send it. I just want to have these ogres dead because they don't typically respawn much, but they do respawn occasionally. And when they respawn, it's never fun because they are bullet sponges. Ogres in Destiny 2 are bullet sponges. In Destiny 1, they were not very bullet spongy, but they were still pretty bad. We're just going to pick that up and go. Because, again, we killed the ogre. There shouldn't be another one. There may be another sword bearer knight that spawns in right in front of us, but that's whatever. He can chase after us all he wants. We've got our sword. We're going to go straight to the next tower. I'm going to use the sword to kind of pick off... Oh, shit. Well, I got to be careful while doing so. I got to be really careful while doing... That's a reset. That's a fucking reset. Fucking 45 minutes left. No. 55 minutes left. And we're resetting for the first time. Now, a lot of people are going to say, man, why are you solo resetting? Like, you just got to go through it all solo, right? No. You have to start from the very beginning and go to the very end without dying. Dying at any point, the only way you're going to get that emblem, that triumph, all that, you have to restart. So unfortunately, Bungie really made this one difficult. And by difficult, I mean more of a pain in the ass than anything. Because I'll be completely honest, it's a nice dungeon. I like what they did. I like the encounters, the mechanics, the Xenophage quest, which took a huge chunk in this dungeon itself. It was fun. It's a very challenging, difficult activity. And for the people that solo flawlessed it, I have to just tip a hat to y'all. Y'all deserve that, unless you used like glitches and exploits. I'm not happy with that. So, speaking of glitches and exploits, we will more than likely be using one. Unfortunately, that exploit is... It's basically more on the lines of, you know, some people struggle with the the third encounter in this dungeon, which is basically a mix of the totem race from King's Fall, from Destiny 1, the Oryx raid, a mix of that, and a game of collection. See, in D1, King's Fall had this encounter. I'd like to say it was the second encounter. We used to call it the relay race. Because what you do is, you'd split your team of 6 up into 2. So 3 and 3. There'd be 2 totems on the opposite ends of the arena. And each totem had the ability to fully wipe out the team if nobody stood on it. So what you'd do is you'd send 2 people down each side, while the other remaining 1 player, or 1 players, from both teams stayed in the middle to clear it out. Because there would be ads. There would be a lot of angry ads, and if they ran away, they would come down and just ultimately ruin your run. So you wanted to kill them. The other 2, one of the 2 on each side would grab a little buff in the form of an orb before the room. This orb gave you an aura that spanned approximately 30 meters around your character, half circle around your entire character. It would keep you alive in the area because it had a really dense mist that would kill you with small damage over time tick. And why we called it the relay race? Well, you're thinking, oh, but you got a special shield around your character. You can just stand there indefinitely, right? Like, all you need to do that is just 2 players, right? No. The aura only lasts about 30 so seconds. So, you would need to have 1 to 2 other people in that aura with you, because it would pass it along. You would then be given a debuff, and this debuff was only cleared by returning to the middle of the room and sitting in the middle plate for around 10 or so odd seconds. While you're in there, you would kill wizards and the knights that would come down to hunt your team. Now, I'm not worried about using my super to clear out the ads, or environmentally, that knight right there, because that knight's a bitch. That knight has been the reason I have died in these rooms. Self-explanatory. It's actually the only reason I have died in these rooms, is that fucking knight right there. Why? He's just an orange bar. He shouldn't be that challenging, but he does damage. The Hive Boomer is a very damaging weapon. Okay, let's see. H. I just called that one return, and then we got pizza again. So that means our tower lineup will go either H, pizza, and then return, which is all over there, or we'll start at return, go to H, and then go to pizza. It really just depends how I feel. I'll probably go to return first, because I'll just, like, use the sword to fly over there, clear out the ads, and just get a general, like, location of where everything is, what the bosses I'm killing, because that's one of the things. Inside of the dungeon, stepmother would go to sleep sometimes. It's already 1 something in the morning, and here she is, awake and doing something. Again, reason I'm using a sniper. It's intrinsic perk, if you will. If you miss a body shot, headshot, if you miss anything, it just misses the thing altogether. Imagine that again, but with 100% clear. 100% drop. Reversal of Fortune is the perk that the Revoker has. Oh god, that ogre's gonna piss me off. But reversal of fortune. The perk that basically says, oh hey, you missed your shot. Give us 4 seconds of your time, and we will return that shot. Plus, you also have to kill that knight in order to open up the room. I wish my coworkers would stop sending me invites. Okay, so we got the trooper again. We're gonna try to keep our recoil tame. It's not an easy thing to do, especially when there's more acolytes. Tyler, quit inviting me. I'm busy. I've been trying to do this for motherfucker. Just block notifications while I'm streaming, because I'm sure y'all don't want to see this little blotched image in the corner of the screen every 5 seconds. He's doing what he said he was going to do 2 nights ago. And unfortunately for me, that is annoying. He's basically just spamming me with invites. And I'm just not in the mood. I don't want to play Dead by Daylight. If I did, I would have said, hey, I'm down to play. You guys on. I never said these words, and I do not feel like playing. Now, my sword's gone. The only way to kill that Shrieker is basically to reflect its bullets back into itself. So how do you do this? I hear people asking. It's simple. You use that sword, use the block function, and you basically send its own shots right back to it. Just kill him again. Yep, there's the boy I was waiting for. And there's the annoyances that killed me last time. Fuck you. So, what the fuck? That's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing that happens in this arena. So as you can see, I'm running out of sniper ammo already. There's plenty of heavy ammo and just normal common ammo type all over the ground. So, we're going to be using the Anarchy. When I was asking that one guy, it's like, hey, you got any tips for helping me with finishing this? He's like, yeah man, just use Anarchy and a good primary sniper. And I'm like, why Anarchy of all things? He's like, well, one, it just sticks to the ad and it just does damage over time. I mean, 9 out of 10 times, you're just going to kill whatever you shot it at, albeit very slowly. Or you can do 2, and make it shoot and do even more damage. Now, Anarchy is that one weapon that is not easy to get. It was a pain in the ass. If you don't have it, you gotta run through Scourge Pass and just hope to God that you get it from the ending. Alright, so we got that done. Remember, we got the return logo, we got the H, and we got pizza, so fuck you. Thanks for the special ammo. I think it's a sword knight on my ass. So, I hold down L2. If you haven't changed your button layout at all, it would probably still be on L1. But I changed mine recently. So it was, you know, the actual bumpers are what make the, what shoot, what for the grenade, all that stuff. Alright, now moving on. I do believe the next thing for me, get somebody finally tune in to stream. Tyler, so help me God, if it is you, I am going to beat your ass next time I see you at work. Fuck that guy. I need to go there. Fuck it. I'll just get another sword while I'm over there. Oh no, we're losing altitude. Where's the knight? Get a grenade, please. Damn it. Okay, attempt number 2.
Hey.
Hey, sweetheart. That's our symbols. I'm pretty sure I should go for a really far-ass one first, before I go to the others. Which also, way the fuck down there. That's first, he doesn't usually spawn out of that room, but okay. First boss is the knight. God damn it. That's it. Alright. Where is he? There he is. Keep forgetting that my grenade is L1 and my block is L2. Okay, our next two symbols are, I'd like to say that one and that one. So we're going to go ahead and just drop the sword, let it despawn, pick off the ogres, so we don't have to fuck with them. As I said, I dislike the ogres in this game a lot. They're just annoying as shit. Very spongy, as you can say. Like, just look at all the damage these fuckers can take. Oh, you think that rock is gonna save you? Here, let me relocate myself here. Yes, you're still high on my rock. 20,000 damage, still a chunk of health. I missed. Bullet comes back. Never did go over it. For those of you who are new to Destiny, here's what this beautiful, beautiful sniper comes with. Extended barrel, which is already good enough. Accurate rounds, more range, great. Snapshot sights, faster ADS, on top of a really short zoom scope. I love this thing. Reversal of fortune. Missing a shot returns the bullet to the magazine after a short duration. Roughly about 4 seconds. I don't play on my warlock, so yes, I know, it's ugly. I don't like using it. I really don't like using it. So, yeah, our next two symbols are the over-exaggerated equal sign and that circular one up there. I don't want to fall off. But yeah, both of those symbols are our next ones. We've already taken care of a knight. That leaves the Shrieker and the wizard as our two bosses. And afterwards, we have to go to this little tower here, clear out the ads in the middle, and we're good. We're home free. Then it's time to then go into what I'd like to say is another one of the hardest parts of this dungeon whatsoever. It's quite difficult, especially if you're not if your character is not really based around speed and stealth. It is definitely a hard little part of the dungeon to go through. So I just want to go ahead and just get rid of the sniper acolytes. They're very annoying, also high damage and also high accuracy. So the faster I can kill those and the knight, the better. We can already see that I am out of sniper bullets for now. But it's okay because I'm just going to grab them anyway. That's why I like using it now. Back when this thing first came out, it was broken as shit. This thing was like one of the best weapons to use in terms of like, I have a boss that I need to outright murder. Now it is more or less just use it when you need to. Don't like hold it as like your official damage dealing weapon. Just like kind of stow it away, let it do its own job. You can make little traps and shit. Unfortunately, if for the people watching this are like, man, if only it didn't like zoom you in so far. Well, that's beyond my control. If I had PC, I could just fix that issue like that. Because PC doesn't have to deal with that issue at all. They're lucky. Alright, so there's our knight. We want to just murder him immediately. Let's fuck him. Okay. Waste some ammo. Kill him. Ow. Also, the sword is not good when it comes to tracking onto enemies to kill them. So you really don't want to use it if you don't have to kill ads, but at the same time you kind of want to use it for what it is, as a free damage item. You know, you can always get another one by killing another sword bearer knight. our next boss appears to be the Shrieker. I'm just going to go ahead and use my remaining sword ammo to do what I can to the Shrieker, because unfortunately the ogres, they stagger the turn of the shots, so it does become harder to actually hit the target. You really don't want to use the sword's reflection on ogres, because again, it is not a very easy thing to control. Keeping an eye on the ammo count, because again, this is very difficult to maintain. Just gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Just like the normal ogres on the bridge, we're going to go ahead and kill the ogres in the room. Get rid of those two. 3 sniper bullets each. Oh boy. Just go ahead and kill them all. The Sword Bear Knights typically will spawn on the bridge, so if you ever need another sword, it's just that simple. Like, walk on the bridge a little bit, you'll see one spawn in. We don't know where the hell the ogre is, but that's okay. We don't have to deal with him. He hasn't shown his face, we don't have to show ours. Speaking of the Sword Knight, there he is. Keep my eye open for the acolytes and everything else, so that way when they get close to me, I don't have to worry about them. Just gonna go ahead and position the aim. See, if the Shrieker's hitting you, it's no big deal. See, it's just easy. I gotta step in a little closer to actually damage him. But as you can see, easy. That's my number one on bosses. Like, that's the one boss I don't mind killing. That's the easy boss. Now we have Wizard, which is sort of easy, sort of difficult, all at the same time. There's really not in between. Is that another? You've got to be shitting me. That's another 2 ogres. Okay, so I forgot. Circle is kind of one of those spots that you don't want to, you really don't want to have it at all. God, I'm missing all my shots. This is not good. Can I please get some, can I please hit a critical one? Maybe? I could just farm out and just throw my grenades at him. And it'll miss completely. Whatever. You know, this may be a long shot, but let's see if this works. Nope. No. Okay, that one worked. What about you? Again, if you don't already know, I love this weapon for all it can do, all it will always do. It's a beautiful, beautiful grenade launcher. I have absolutely no complaints of this gun whatsoever. That's an acolyte, so it's really not worth the long shot, if you will. I'm just going to drop down here. If a Sword Knight spawns in, we'll just kill him. But what I'm... Oh, speaking of the devil, let's go ahead and stagger you. I'm just going to murder you. We should be getting our grenades back pretty quickly with quiz kills due to the exotic perk for the helmet I'm wearing, which again Nezrak's in. Pretty good exotic helmet for Void Walkers. Void kills will grant you more grenade energy, and if you use your grenade like normal Guardians would in this encounter, you want to have as much grenade energy as physically possible. Otherwise, you know, it's not going to be good. But while we're also doing this, I don't mind, I've already said it, I don't care if I miss a few sniper shots, because I'm going to get the ones I miss back immediately within 4 seconds, due to the Revoker's intrinsic perk, which is a very nice perk. I love this perk. I love that Bungie gave us a sniper that basically had an upgraded mulligan, an enhanced mulligan, if you will. Alright, so the knight's dead there. The only thing that's left is to just go in, kill the remaining acolytes. The boss of this area is a wizard. The fact that we've already gotten the majority of stuff killed is already a good thing for us. Two of the 3 weapons I'm using, by the way, are Crucible, I guess you could say, pinnacle weapons. These were what the pinnacle weapons were before. Oh. I should have realized the minute those boomers spawned in, I should have just fucking ran. I'm sick and tired of just repeating this first part, if you can't already tell. I really hate this first encounter. I really fucking do. Because it doesn't matter if you're playing slowly, doesn't matter if you're trying to bomb rush. If you fuck up one thing, that's that. That's how it always has been with this dungeon for me. Certain encounters, people are like, oh yeah, that's super easy, you probably never die there. Other encounters, you're basically getting your fucking teeth kicked in every fucking 15 seconds. I'm doing my best here. I'm trying to follow everyone's advice, any guides I can find. But I mean, it really doesn't help regardless, because when shit like that happens, you're screwed. Attempt number, what is this? 4, 5. It is 1:44. My time is running thin. I don't know if leaving in the middle of the activity, even though you've never died, and checkpointing, I don't know if that counts towards the whole no death thing. I've never really attempted to just take breaks between parts, mainly due to the fact of which that when I start an activity like this, I'd rather go in and finish it completely. But again, this is one of those activities that, for the people who have been doing this dungeon so many times, that they can practically do it with their eyes closed, and they'll still die because, you know, lack of vision, you don't know where you are. But like most people that can just do this easily by themselves, again, congratulations. Like, that's an achievement. That is something that's really good. Now, myself on the other hand, I've still got some practice by the looks of it. Wait, what? What the fuck happened there? What the fuck is happening? What the hell is it? What? Okay. I have no explanation for what the fuck just happened there. I know that PC had a glitch where, you know, you had to lower your frame rate, but that was bullshit. I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore what the fuck just happened there. It doesn't exist. Whatever that was, never happened. That's gonna be on my mind for a while. I mean, the servers haven't reset yet. That doesn't happen until noon the following morning. Maybe Bungie just hates warlocks. I don't know. They see what I'm trying to do and they're like, yeah, no, not happening. Maybe you can do this another time, but you sure as hell ain't doing it right now. I mean, I don't know, Bungie, maybe, like, I know you got somebody that's constantly watching footage of Guardians playing. I know this for a fact. Maybe you could, you know, maybe throw me a bone, cut me a break, not do that. That was the one thing. Nobody can explain random deaths like that. And that's what that counts as. If that screen pops up, if it has to do the whole 3-second respawn bullshit, that is a death. You can't just do that in the middle of one of these encounters and move on and go, oh, well, shit. So, hopefully, we don't hit another one of those. Looks like we didn't hit one. We hit the loading screen at the appropriate speed. For anybody seeing my character go from a sprint to just a casual walk, that is, unfortunately, the controller I'm using is coming to the end of its lifespan. These things should only last you about a year to 2 years, but I've been using this thing for almost 3. I've had my golden 1TB PlayStation hard drive system, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I've had that for 3 years, and the PlayStation itself, it's decent, aside from its very slow operating speed sometimes. That already pisses me off as is. But other than that, it is a very nice console. I like what it does. I like the amount of storage that it came with, storage it has. What the fuck lag was that, Bungie? What the fuck was that? You've gotta be shitting me, right? You gotta be shitting me. Okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna try this again tomorrow. I'm gonna be spending the majority of tomorrow trying to do this. So, fuck it all, I guess. Whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed the failures of tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.